Geometry Dash is a game with categories of insanely hard levels called Extreme Demons, where even players with a decent amount of playtime don't get close to beating one. However, sometimes there are a few players with a lot of skill and an absurd amount of luck, who not only beat these levels, but skip parts of the level without even dying there once, which might sound easy until you see what these levels look like. And I'm not talking about the small numbers here. Some people on this list have such incredible flukes that nobody believed them at first sight, like even I didn't. So if you want to find out what these flukes are, be sure to stay until the end, because they will get crazier and crazier the further we get into the video. There are a lot of weird things that happen in this game, but one of the weirdest things that I'd ever seen was a fluke made by a player named Doggie. He was practicing a level called Tantrum, which is quite a weird name for a level, but the thing that caught me even more off guard was the fact that he only spent 2 attempts on this extreme demon, before dying at 98. He literally passed 97% of the level without even dying there once in normal mode. But this doesn't even compare with the rest of the flukes on the list. Nexus GD is one of the most famous content creators in Geometry Dash as of right now. He beats demons daily, which means he has a pretty high skill set. Not only does he play easy demons to upload on his channel, but he secretly was also grinding harder demons. One of them was Sakupen Hell, and on September the 26th in 2020, the gods were on his side for once.
What? What? What?
This level, however, is less than 1 minute long, which made him deal with the stress only for a short amount of time. The exact opposite, however, is this completion on a level named Misty Mountains, which is more than 2 minutes long and an extreme demon. The stress level is going to be absurdly high when trying to beat this, so surely nobody would fluke this, right? Well, that's where you and I both were wrong. And not just a little wrong. Spam Drew 128 ascended into God mode when fluking this from 15%.
Yeah? Spam? Yo! Yeah?
What if I told you this is child's play in comparison with the upcoming stuff? You see, technically extreme demons can be divided in 2 different categories. List demons, which are basically the top 150 hardest demons in the entire game, and the rest. Sakupen Hell, for example, is only number 219 on the list, and Misty Mountains is even lower on the list. It's not even in the top 300. So you surely want to see these impressive flukes, right? Alright, I'll show you them. Sonic Wave, for example, is an old 9 circles demon that a lot of people struggle with, because, come on, let's be real here, this stuff is impossible to see. Nevertheless, a lot of people beat this, and Creepium was one of them. He kept practicing and practicing and thought it would take a long time before he would finally beat this level. But then something very unexpected happened.
No way! I flew Sonic Wave from 54!
We got some other demon flukes on the list which are pretty impressive, but the next fluke that I actually want to talk about is this one. This is the shortest list demon, only being 44 seconds long. So why is this so impressive? Well, the timings are beyond insane. This level has 9 frame perfects on 60 FPS, and the skill and luck needed to pass every timing from 45% in one try is crazy if you think about it. Believe me that this is way harder than it looks.
I fluked for 45! What?
One spot behind Kowareta in difficulty is a level called Frozen Cave. The length is average, but this fluke is the biggest fluke completion from any list demon that I know of. This guy fluked it from 33%. He sounds pretty young too, so who knows, he might be the next prodigy to reach the #1 best player spot. A fluke is not only a fluke if you complete the level, but also one if you fail the level. Sadly, this was the case on the #4 hardest demon called Tartarus. Taskmaster was about to fluke the whole level from 45, but this sadly happened. The next clip you'll see will blow your mind. The reason for that is because the fluke happened on a recent former top 1 demon. You guys probably have all heard about the level Slaughterhouse, right? When you see the beginning, everything seems suspiciously easy for top 1, but after 26%, this happens. The wave part is basically the only reason that this level actually reached the top 1 spot and not the number 10 spot on the list, for example. But what if I said someone fluked the whole 2nd, 3rd and 4th wave parts, together with an incredibly tight UFO part?
I got 81 at Slaughterhouse! I got 81 at Slaughterhouse!
We are now reaching the peak of flukes in GD. However, the level that I'll talk about right now isn't a list demon. So why is it one of the best flukes in Geometry Dash? This is because this level is 4 minutes long. 4 minutes of extremely fast-paced gameplay where you can't even miss one click. Even though the timings in Freedom 08 aren't as bad as those from Kowareta, the nerfs that will get to you are far more dangerous in my opinion. When I was about to beat the Nightmare, for example, I was so stressed that I accidentally clicked too early. And this guy literally one attempt at 3 minutes of extreme demon gameplay. Just think about that. It's insane. Before I reveal number 1, I first have to talk about this achievement right here. I don't even think the word fluke is enough to describe what happened here, but I'll briefly explain it. Skarro is probably the 2nd luckiest GD player on Earth by beating a former list demon called Aerobus from 0% in normal mode. The reason why this is above the Slaughterhouse and Tartarus fluke? Let me explain. The Tartarus fluke was from 45% right, but the person who fluked that level actually already had a lot of attempts in normal mode on it. The chance of fluking from that part on the first attempt sounds impossible now, right? But on Aerobus, an easier but still extremely hard level, this is exactly what happened. I actually thought this guy was cheating because it just didn't sound logical, but I don't have any proof against him.
Hey, I don't think you can have an opinion on this after he beats the real Aerobus. Okay.
What the fuck? Did you just fluke that from...
And now on to the final best fluke in GD. 4 out of the 5 people I talked to, including me, agreed this was number 1. The VSC fluke from Yossarian. This is the number 1 challenge that only has been beaten and verified by the guy himself. The fact that he fluked this from 49% is actually unreal. Everything is so close to the human limit in this level, and the top runners on this level usually progress at a maximum rate of 3%, not 51%. Enjoy the clip and I hope you enjoyed. See you later.
Oh!